We're back at the Castrol GTX Keystone Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway near Reading, Pennsylvania, right in the middle of Funny Car Eliminator round number 2. Mark Oswald at the wheel of the Motorcraft Thunderbird goes against Eric Reed. This standing room only crowd has been treated to some exciting racing. You just watched Eric Reed and Mark Oswald both do their dry burnouts. They found the starting line to be in excellent condition as there was no tire smoke. Eric Reed qualified in the number 7 spot, defeated Dale Barlett in round number 1, while Mark Oswald, as we saw earlier, defeated John Force from his number 3 qualifying position. Reed in the far lane, Oswald in the near lane. And Oswald drives away at the finish line. A new low elapsed time for the meet, 5.39 seconds. His speed over 270 miles an hour. The picture of consistency has been Mark Oswald. This man is still racing today by virtue of a big break. Kenny Bernstein had mechanical problems in the first round. His competition, John Martin, struck some timing lights out in the center of the racetrack. That disqualified him, put Bernstein back into racing, and here he is against Mike Dunn in this round number 2 race. The Oldsmobile-bodied car owned by Joe Pisano holds the speed record for NHRA competition at over 280 miles an hour. Right now, Steve's with Mark Oswald.
Well, the quickest goes even quicker, from a 5:40 to a 5:39, Mark.
Yeah, we were hoping it would. You know, we left things pretty much the same. The racetrack's good, so hopefully we can do it one more time.
Steve, for Mark Oswald, it's nice to be consistent, even better when you're at the top of the list. Mike Dunn testing the starting line traction, qualified in the number 10 spot. His competition, Kenny Bernstein, has had problems throughout this entire event, but they are nothing compared to the problems that Kenny Bernstein had 1 year ago. On a tune and test run the day before final eliminations, Bernstein exploded his car into a ball of flame. The car came to rest in a wooded, swampy area off the track. Bernstein was okay. The crew rebuilt the car, and he made it back for the final eliminations the next day. This year at Maple Grove, Kenny Bernstein is still an unknown quantity because of a combination of the bad weather during qualifying and Bernstein's mechanical problems. We have yet to see a good run out of the Budweiser Buick. As they approach the starting line, Mike Dunn has got the lane choice advantage. A great start. And Kenny Bernstein wins the race. Identical 5.38 seconds elapsed time. If you carry him out to the thousands, Mike Dunn was actually 4 thousandths of a second quicker, but Kenny Bernstein got the advantage at the start. Watch closely in replay, and you can see Kenny Bernstein in the far lane move just a fraction of a second ahead of Mike Dunn. That was what it took to win this race. As Bernstein and Dunn neared the finish line, they were side by side. At the end of 1,320 feet, there's the margin of victory. How frustrating it is for Mike Dunn to set low ET of the meet and lose his car owner, Joe Pisano, over to comfort him. On the starting line, this is Ed McCulloch. The driver of the Miller High Life Oldsmobile out of Larry Minor Racing in Hemet, California, McCulloch is the most recent winner on the NHRA trail. He won the U.S. Nationals a couple of weeks ago for a record-setting 4th time. This season, he has been in the finals 3 times, winning also the Southern Nationals, and was runner-up at the Mid-South Nationals. The number 1 qualifier, McCulloch was to have raced Tim Gross in this second round of competition. However, in his first round race against a red-lighting Chuck Etchells, Gross in the far lane experienced severe internal engine damage. It was so severe he was unable to make the repairs in time to answer the call for the race against McCulloch. Thus, it's a free ride into the semifinals for the U.S. Nationals champ. The question is, will he make a hard run trying for lane choice? McCulloch runs a 5.42-second elapsed time. His speed, 274 miles an hour. That time, as good as it is not good enough to give him lane choice over Mark Oswald in the semifinals. The other pair finds Kenny Bernstein racing against Dale Baldy, and Bernstein, with his problems apparently solved, has the choice of lanes. Dick LaHaye getting suited up for his semifinal race with Joe Amato. Coming up next at the Castrol GTX Keystone Nationals. A crowd of some 38,000 cheering their favorites on at the Castrol GTX Keystone Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway as we're into the final four of Top Fuel Eliminator. It will be Joe Amato from Old Port, Pennsylvania. Certainly has got a lot of fans in this crowd. He's in the far lane, racing against the two-time defending champion of the Keystone Nationals, Dick LaHaye. The lane choice in this race went to LaHaye. And LaHaye just pulls it out. A 5.07-second elapsed time. That's the quickest Dick LaHaye has ever run in his life at over 281 miles an hour. Let's watch again in replay. Amato gets a very slight advantage at the start, but that is instantly overcome by LaHaye. At this point on the track, they are even, and they stay that way until the last few feet when LaHaye pulls ahead and stays there for the victory.
You did everything right.
Did everything right. Just exactly what it was supposed to do.
And now, do you leave it alone?
We can't. We can't because it depends on what these guys run.
Joe Amato, what a race with Dick LaHaye.
They're always close. It's a pleasure to lose to someone, a gentleman like Dick.
Okay, now, Darrell Gwynn on the starting line. You've got to hope that Eddie Hill takes care of him.
Yeah, we really hope real big time that he takes care of him. But, you know, it's not over until the fat lady sings.
Okay, Joe Amato, Dick LaHaye, great competitors.
Amato, of course, worrying about his lead in the championship points chase. Jerry Gwynn, the father of Darrell, the crew chief on that car, backing his son up into his own track. The man they're talking about taking care of Darrell is Eddie Hill. His wife, Ersie, plays traffic cop on staging that vehicle in the exact point they want it to be to find the most traction down this quarter mile. Gwynn in the number 2 spot, trying to advance on Joe Amato. To do so, he has got to win this race. Another tremendous race, and Darrell Gwynn moves into the finals. His elapsed time, 5.10 seconds. His speed, 275 miles an hour. The losing time for Eddie Hill was a 5:13. They were almost identical, as you can see in this replay off the starting line. Hill appeared to have a very slight advantage at about the halfway mark. And then on comes Darrell Gwynn. The margin of victory for Gwynn was almost the same as it was for Dick LaHaye. What a race it will be when we come down to the finals. LaHaye with a 5:07, Darrell Gwynn with a 5:10. Steve?
What went through your mind? How did you react when you saw Joe Amato, the points leader, lose?
Well, obviously, Joe's a heck of a racer, and we don't like to see anybody get beat by...
Come on.
Well, you know how that goes, Steve. Anyways, I'll tell you, Joe is not only lucky, but he's an excellent racer. I tend to say lucky a lot of times about Joe, but he's a heck of a racer.
You've got a chance to pick up a total of 400 points here on him if you can win it.
You got it. We're going to try.
The Pro Stock semifinals coming up next. At the Castrol GTX Keystone Nationals at Maple Grove Raceway, this is the semifinals of Pro Stock Eliminator. A pair of Pontiacs. Nick Nicholas in the far lane against Jerry Ekman in the near lane. Nicholas has yet to win his first NHRA national event. The first victory for Ekman came a year ago at the Summer Nationals. Congratulating Ekman's partner Bill Orndorff as they advance into the finals. Ekman's elapsed time, a 7.43 seconds. On the starting line, it is a pensive Rusty Clinton looking on as his dad Bob does the burnout in that Thunderbird. You're riding with our onboard camera to watch the action inside the race car as Bob Glidden puts it in reverse to back up after his burnout. This race with Warren Johnson, a rematch of the finals at the Nationals. Steve?
Well, Jerry Ekman had to earn that one. His first two opponents red-lighted against him that time. Brilliant shot off the starting line. You have the advantage in a 7:43 to back it up.
Good. That's about time. I knew Nick was going to be ready. He's been doing real well, and I figured if I can get up in the starting line and get a good light, I could win, but you never know in this game. It's really tough, Steve.
Jerry Ekman will be racing either Warren Johnson or Bob Glidden in the finals. At that race at the U.S. Nationals, Warren Johnson left the starting line too soon. He red-lighted. He's got to be thinking about that, and Bob Glidden inches into the staging beam. And it is Glidden out first. Bob Glidden goes into the finals with an elapsed time of a 7.34-second run. The time for Warren Johnson, a 7.33 seconds. He wasted it as he was late off the starting line. Jerry Ekman will go against Bob Glidden in the Keystone Nationals Pro Stock Finals. Closing out the excitement of this season will be the upcoming Winston Finals. It's the last weekend in October at Pomona, California. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Steve Evans.
You've got Jerry Ekman in the final. You've got lane choice and seemingly a big performance edge.
You never know from one round to the next. There's no edge. Whoever gets the win light wins the race. That'll be a good race.
We'll be watching.
Is Bob Glidden happy? Looked like a Mike Tyson punch there as he goes into the finals. Coming into the staging lanes, this is Ed McCulloch. We've got final racing.